Well, hey there, everybody. Jamie Trull here, your favorite CPA and financial literacy coach. And I am here today to talk about business credit cards and specifically the best business credit cards that will give you the best rewards. Now, I have to give a really big disclaimer up front here because I do teach financial literacy, and obviously, financial discipline is a really, really big part of this. And so it really goes down to whether or not having a business credit card is going to be helpful or hurtful to you. So let's talk about that for a second. If you are a person that has cash flow issues in your business and you're looking to fix those cash flow issues with a business credit card, that's maybe not the best thing to do, right? We want to make sure that our business is functioning and funding itself on a regular basis, and that the operations of our business are able to fund it and not rely on credit cards. So the best way to use credit cards is like cash. That is how I use my credit card. If you are making sure that you have that cash in the bank, you're paying it off every single month, because if you're not paying it off every single month, that interest is going to way exceed any rewards you might be able to get from the credit card. But if you're going to pay it off every month, if you just want it to be able to capitalize on expenses that you are already doing and you're not going to use it as license to spend more, right, which sometimes happens with credit cards, well, then have at it, okay? Then you, if you can use it responsibly, let's talk about the best business credit cards to get. You can get a lot of different rewards. Oftentimes those are cash back, or they might be travel rewards, points, various different things that you can get from credit cards. And honestly, it can add up really quickly, especially when you consider the bonuses that a lot of credit cards offer. So I partnered with Zach over at Travel Freely to look at what are the best business credit cards, and I actually got one myself. So I can recommend this from actual personal use as well. I only recommend things that I actually use. So let's talk through what they are and what to really look for in a business credit card, because sometimes it's not just about points, okay? So we're going to talk about what can get you the most points, and I'm going to recommend a couple of different cards to you. You can start checking those out while you're watching this over at jamietrull.com/credit cards. In that, I will show you my 3 top recommended business credit cards and what their bonuses are right now, as well as what kinds of cashback and rewards you're going to get from them and some of the pros and cons of each of them. So let's talk about a couple of things that you want to be looking for in a business credit card. One of the great things about business credit cards is they can help you build business credit. So if you are later wanting to get maybe a loan for expansion or something like that, then building business credit is going to go a long way toward that. So you want to be looking for credit cards that offer you protections. All of ours do, right? Business credit cards generally are not required to offer the same types of consumer protections that personal cards are required to by law, but most big credit card names actually do extend those anyway. But that's something that you want to make sure that if there's a fraudulent purchase or something like that, that's not something that you're going to be on the hook for. You also want to look at annual fees. You want to look at whether there are transaction fees for international travel, if that's something that you do routinely, and just various terms and conditions. What's the APR? What are the rules around applying for that card? Some of them have rules around how often you can apply for a card through that agency. So you want to be aware of that. And you also want to know the reporting rules. So the vast majority of cards will usually report any negative credit history to your personal credit bureaus, right? But not necessarily your positive. So if you're trying to also try to build your personal credit with your business credit card, then you want to look at that as well. So let's talk through a few of these cards and the things that I like about it and what may have you choose one over another. Okay, so the very first business credit card that I recommend is the Chase Inc. Not only do I recommend it, you guys, and yes, I do get affiliate fees if you use my links, which I really, really, really appreciate because we put a lot of time and effort into researching this on your behalf, and it helps to support my tiny small business if you use my links. But not only that, I actually use the cards. So I'm blocking out my number so you guys can't see it, but this is the Chase Inc. card. It is what I use for my business, so you know that I mean it when I say this is a good business credit card. You can get 1.5 times cash back. They often are offering really awesome bonuses to sign on. Right now, when I'm recording this, the Chase Inc. has the best sign-on bonus. I'm not going to say what it is. I want you to go check jamietrull.com/credit cards because these do change from time to time. But typically with credit cards, oftentimes when you sign on, if you make a certain amount of purchases over, say the first 3 to 6 months, something like that, you will often earn an extra bonus on top of what you're getting in rewards. So that's really a nice little bonus and something to pay attention to. You want to look and see if it looks feasible to you to make that amount of purchases, but that is something that I love about the Chase Inc. For me, it was pretty easy to get approved. In general, most people tend to have a decent chance at getting approved if you have pretty good personal credit. So personal credit for pretty much all of these business cards is going to be something that they look at. Pretty much all business cards are going to be looking at your personal credit unless you already have a huge business credit built up. Likely, they're going to be using your personal credit as a gauge. So if you have reasonable personal credit, then the Chase Inc. could be a good option for you. Now, my second card might be a better option if personal credit is a little iffy. The one that is the easiest to get is the American Express. So I've listed it here, the American Express Business Cash Card. You also get 2% on purchases up to $50,000 a year. So that's another thing you want to look at, right? Is not just the percentage you're getting, but also is there a limit? And especially with business cards, depending on how much business you do, you want to calculate that out and see if it's better to have 1.5% on all your purchases, 2% on up to $50,000, right? You want to kind of figure that out and see what makes the most sense to you. But American Express tends to have really good customer service, and this is the one that is going to be easiest to get in a lot of cases. Now, those first two cards that I mentioned, neither of them have an annual fee, which is fantastic. A lot of people avoid cards with annual fees because, of course, that kind of cuts into those percentages that we're getting from a travel and points rewards. But sometimes it may make sense to look at a card that does have a little bit of a fee, especially if they're offering really good rewards. So one of those is the Capital One Spark business card. So that's the third one. That's my third recommended business card. That one has no annual fee for the first year and then a $95 annual fee after that. Now, Capital One Spark is also a super duper popular card out there. A ton of people have it. There's no international transaction fees when you are traveling, which is fantastic. You can earn 2% cash back on everything. That's what the deal is right now, which is a really, really good deal. It does not appear to have a limit either. So that is really, really great. However, the drawback is it can be a little bit harder to get, and you can only apply for a Capital One card once every 6 months. So it is a little bit tougher, but on the plus side, it does report to some of those personal agencies. So it can help you build your personal credit. If you have a good business credit, they will report those positive experiences back to those personal credit bureaus as well, which is really, really good for people who are trying to do both things, build business credit and build personal credit. So that is why the Capital One Spark card is a really popular choice as well, if you can get it. So a couple of tips that I also have on this. Most of these cards will allow you to use your social security number. So if you are a sole proprietor and you usually are filing taxes just with your social security number, you should still be able to get a card. However, I do recommend actually using an EIN number. It's just better for building business credit and things like that if you have an EIN number. You can do that as a sole proprietor or an LLC or whatever type of business that you are. But it takes literally like 3 minutes to go get an EIN number from the IRS website, and it is totally, totally free. I recommend doing it anyway. It's just more secure when you are filling out W-9s and things like that. If that's something that you have to do, you don't have to give everybody your social security number. So it's just a really good thing to have anyway. So I made this easy. If you go to jamietrull.com/EIN, it's going to take you right to the IRS website. I'll show you it right here that it's going to take you to where you're just going to be able to go in and apply. So when you jump in here, you're going to see this is the IRS website, apply for an employer EIN. And it's going to give you hours of operation. If you are looking at this not within those hours of operation, then this button may not be here. This Apply Online Now button may not be functional, but if you are during that time period, then you should be able to just apply online now, and it's literally just a couple step process to do this. I'm not going to go through the whole thing because, again, it's really easy, but you just pick, okay, I'm a sole proprietor or you're an LLC, whatever you are, and just continue through. And then it's just going to ask you for a few pieces of information as well. Why you did it. Did you start a new business? Are you doing it for banking purposes, etc.? Change in organization type. Whatever that reason is, you're going to pick it. And then they're going to ask for some information. It really is easy. It's just going to go through address, a little bit of details, and then it's going to confirm your EIN and give you your EIN number. So it's super easy. And it can also increase your chances of getting approved for a business card if you do have an EIN. So as another quick tip for you guys, if you do end up getting denied or you get stuck in the dreaded pending situation that never moves, don't give up, just give them a call. Sometimes it can be remedied and things can get moving again just with a phone call. So don't take it as a death blow. Even if you get a denial, that doesn't mean it's done for. Sometimes the squeaky wheel gets the oil, okay? And also make sure, I teach finances, so I wanna tell you, if you're having a business credit card, the best thing for you to do then is to pay that with your business bank account. Make sure that you have a business bank account. That is going to be really, really critical as well. You can check out my recommendations for free business banking below, but you want to do that, and it's going to make bookkeeping so much easier if you're paying your full business credit card, making sure it's only business expenses, you guys, that's really important, paying that with your business bank account and just making sure that everything is fully separated so you don't even have to worry about trying to pull everything apart when you do your taxes. So if you still have questions and you're still a little bit intimidated about getting your first business credit card, I did link some great articles from Zach at Travel Freely below that talk through some of the questions that you might still have. So make sure to check those out as well, because it'll probably answer so many of your questions. But business credit cards do tend to have better rewards than personal credit cards, oftentimes higher limits than personal credit cards, and you can build business credit with them. So those are all kind of the positive aspects of using a business credit card. Also, with those points, you can go travel. I wore today, I felt like for this video, I needed to wear kind of my my beachy themed outfit, because my family has taken several vacations off of credit card points that we have acquired over time. And again, if you're spending money on your business anyway, right, then that is a great way to be able to add up the points and use it for something fun in your life, because we all need vacations, you guys. So anyway, let me know what questions you have down below. Give your experiences of going through these. I would love for you to use my affiliate links. Sometimes they take a little bit to load, so just hang on and use those. It helps support my small business and helps me to continue to do this research for you guys and put out more information and videos to help, and I really appreciate it. So you guys are awesome. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.